Hi, everyone. Hello. Good afternoon, good evening, or good morning, where you at right now. So happy that Dr. Nathan invited me to talk about the psychological impact of anxiety on athletic performance. Of course, this anxiety is not only for the athletes; it's for everybody. Everybody Anyone can suffer anxiety, depression, fears, failure. So it might be a helpful tips. I'm not the expert of sports, but I can tackle a little bit of information in psychological perspective. So hope everybody can relate on this. Let's just enjoy it, right? So to begin with, I would like to um, share my screen. So if you can look at my screen right now, hopefully you can show it. You can see that screen. Okay, so all right. Everybody has a question. Right? Sometimes anyone can ask question about failure, about fears. So it's very important that as an individual, as an athlete, we have an idea how to cope. Well, there's a lot of skills that can help out. Right? Your friends, your families also can help if you suffer from anxiety or stress. All right, so of course, before I begin with all my topics, so I'm going to introduce myself. I'm your presenter. I'm Dr. Cherry Follosco. So welcome to the world of sports and psychology. And I want you to ask this question for yourself. As an athlete, as a person, are you an athlete or are you kind of a person afraid of failure? So you may have a sports anxiety, whatever type of anxiety is that. Right? So if you can see my screen, let your fear or failure be your motivation to succeed. Right? Everybody, me too, I myself. So let's give it up. But of course, let's have it a little bit of exercise, warm up exercise. Right? So you can do this while you're sitting down, or if you want to stand up, you can do that. Where you comfortable are, it's okay. Go ahead. Okay, okay, we may start just one with a little bit of exercise. So please follow along. Stretch your hip. You can do it. Right. Kick. Shake it. Release our anxiety, release our stress. It's reflexes, you know? Your fingers, you can feel it. Says it out. Release. Shake it. Shake it. Go away. Oh, it's good. My shoulder, huh? I'm looking at my timer. All right. You feeling good? Stretch out, stretch it out. More straight out. Other way. Stretch, stretch it. Oh, wow. Touchdown. Out. Touchdown. Right. Touchdown. Jog. Try to jog. I'm going to show the timer. 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right. See? It's that kind of little bit of pulse rate increase, huh? Right. Let's move on. So what is sports psychology? When you say sports psychology, it's the study of psychology, of course, influences the sports, athletic performance, exercise, see, I'm still breathing, and physical activity, as what we had done a while ago. We have a little bit warm-up exercise, and that is physical activity. So you can have it in the morning or in the afternoon after you work from home, from sitting down 8 hours or 9 hours. It's kind of hard just sitting down, right? So just a little bit of exercises, physical activities for you to be able to face again the real world, the new normal, right? So there's a role in the use of sports psychologists. Even though I'm not an expert of it, I'm a psychologist, I'm an educator. So we just giving on collaboration, learning for each other. So let's have a both learning information about the role and use of psychologists, wherein it's all about working with sportsmen and women, athletes and elite athletes across teams and individual sports. Okay? The use of sports psychology is to prepare the athlete's mind for competition the same way as the body. So, for example, you have a competition, international, local. It's really neat. It is a must. We have to prepare ourselves, our body. Just for example, it's just like a test, a board exam. When you have the board exam, you don't need to cramp, or you don't need to have this, oh no, I can't pass, I can't do this, I can't pass the test or something like that. You're struggling. You have this overthinking that you can't pass, I can do it, I can't. So just thinking, right? You're thinking advance, you're overthink what's gonna be happening. What you're gonna do is just prepare yourself, right? Prepare your body and mind, give a little bit of pause for yourself, right? Then you know that's going to be enlightened up for yourself. So what is sports psychologist may help athletes to deal with the stressful and demanding aspects of their profession. So me too, from this work from home that I have, so it's really a lot of stress. There's a lot of demands in my profession. Just like in athletes, they have a lot. The coaches, the members, whoever that joining in that competition has a lot of demands, has a lot of stress. Right? So also sports psychologists is help coaches build team cohesiveness. It helps athletes deal with the emotional consequences of injuries. So sometimes if we have the injuries that it just melt down our mind. Oh no, we cannot push through the game because I have this injuries. I have this fracture or whatever happens. Then later on, you're gonna melt down. It's gonna you have this you can't think of. It's really hard that you can't move on because of the fact that you're having that consequences. And then later on, just oh no, I don't want to go. Right? So stop that kind of emotional thing. So make sure that you're having that emotional positive embracing for your competition, right? So school psychologists also encourage individuals to set goals. If the members of the group have their own goals, can contribute also the goals, then you have to talk with the team. So for psychologists, also athletes to cope with pressure of sports by helping individuals learn coping and management skills. So there's a lot of skills that can collaborate or coping skills that can help out for the team. So it's not only individual, but you can work on it. That's why it's called a team. You have to collaborate. You have to work together. Okay? Because sometimes anxiety really give us a burnout. Give us a give up. I hate it. So something like that, that's feelings. Right? Because that anxiety it means that your body's natural response to stress. It's natural. It just comes out whenever that you feel down. It's a feeling of fear or apprehension about what's to come. So that is I'm talking about that you overthinks of everything, of what's gonna be, what will happen, right? Sometimes anxiety give us give us motivation to succeed. Sometimes it's gonna give us oh I don't I don't want to go. I hate it. Something like that. So it depends on how you handle that kind of stress or anxiety, on how you cope it, on how you face it, how you overcome that fear or that apprehension. So we know already that what's sports and psychology and their role. So what is that anxiety? Okay. And then when you say that body's natural response to stress, it means that when you feel threatened, your nervous system responds by releasing a flood of stress hormones. There's a lot of hormones in our body, including adrenaline rush. That adrenaline, you know what I mean? That go 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 go! It's adrenaline rush. So that's that's happen when you are releasing a flood of stress hormones, right? In the cortisol that includes that rouse the body for emergency actions. That sometimes you can overthink that. Oh, I can bring this up. I can do this. This adrenaline rush, emergency action. Okay, so you have that blood pressure rises, breath quickens, and your senses become sharper. Yeah, it's a feeling of fear, of apprehension, and about what to come. Right? And let's just face it, anxiety. So because of that anxiety, there's what's if? There's what if? What if I fail? What if we cannot bring the what they call the bacon, right? They call it please bring that bacon or whatever. I'd rather bring that hot dog. Simply just kidding. Okay, so it's just giving you that This anxiety, this cup of anxiety, this cup of what ifs shouldn't be. Should. Don't let it be. What if? Release it. What if? Don't. Don't let it on that cup of your, the cup of yours. That it should be a positive. So release that what if. Remove that what if. So because sometimes you're saying that, what if there's nobody likes me? What if I taste I taste weird? What if the members is thinking that I'm weird? Or what my co-member or what the team thought about me? What if I'm too cold? What if I'm too hot? What if I'm just right and I can never live up to it again? So I'm give up. I don't like this anymore. I stop. So it shouldn't be. Right? It shouldn't be. Okay. Because of that anxiety, you might overthink. You just like the cup of anxiety, and you don't like that, right? So what if you can't make it? It shouldn't be. So the team thinking that, oh, we cannot bring that bacon, but of course you can, because you made that action. Okay, so you need to focus. You need to pay attention. So all this kind of anxiety, this is the anxiety symptoms. There's are the signs that you feel that dizzy, you feel restless legs, you feel tingling, head pressure, night sweats. You have this blurred vision, memory loss, chest pain, bloating, depersonalization, sudden weight loss, frequent urination, chronic fatigue, weak limbs, burning skin, stumbling pain, stuck swaying feeling, numbness, muscle tension, twitching, trembling, feel like passing out, racing heart, brain sobs, headaches, cold chills, falling sensations, breathing, shaking, knot in stomach, weak leg, difficulty breathing, crazy thoughts, yawning, chest pressure, ringing in the ears, hearing loss, tight band around the head. So it's just uh, anxiety signs. But if it is already extreme, you need to seek professional help. Have a help professionals, okay, to help you out so that they can help you in a manner that you want to help yourself. Okay, so you have to engage sports, engage in exercises, physical activities. What can help you with that exercises or sports? So you can have your vitamins, you have your organic fruit, or you have a natural beauties hub salon. Love yourself, of course, and then you have their transformation, motivation, weight loss, energy, active. Then have the success. Move on. Healthy living style, endurance, training, go on training, have the webinar, informational activities, walk, right? Be an active person. That's gonna help out. The sports or exercise, physical activities. You have your daily routine. It can help out. Okay? So is there a relationship between the sports and anxiety? So there's a study conducted by Gomal University and Durham Camp in 2017 that sports anxiety are related to each other. Anxiety in sports has been one of the factors participating at various levels of sports. So they should also know that according to the study, they should also know that one can cope with such situations and with such kind of situation to appear in sports activities. So there's just a lot of case studies on that. So there's also an allied science, exercise psychology, health psychology, sports psychology, rehabilitation psychology. So that's an allied science. So this anxiety meditation also can help you also to release your anxiety, to release your stress, fear. So just relax, okay? Hope so you're gonna follow along for this anxiety meditation, right?
The following is a meditation for anxiety. I invite you to begin by bringing your awareness to your breathing and becoming fully aware of your body and how it feels. Whether trying to just move to a place of acceptance. I've found in my own experience that being in balance is really accepting myself as I am. Being again in a peaceful or respectful space. When I accept myself as I am, I immediately begin to feel a sense of release. For when I can accept myself as I am, I truly ready myself for change. So continuing to be aware of my breathing. I allow myself to be the owner of my breath. And I allow myself to be fully in my body, knowing that anything that is going on in my life, any problem, any struggle, truly doesn't belong to me. That all that is mine to truly own is my own mind, my own body, my own heart, and my own breath. Releasing myself from the burden of problems, I give that burden to a divine process, trusting that life does not ask anything but for me to be my highest and best self. In this, I find peace, relaxation, and freedom from struggle, for I have chosen to stop struggling. In self-acceptance, in sincerity, authentically being who I am, I give myself to the peace and to the newness of this present moment.
All right. So that's relaxing. Just give you a little bit of motivation to release anxiety. So to move on, there is psychological impact of anxiety on athletic performance. So as I told you, it's not only athletic performance, but of course, it's not only an athlete for athletes, but of course, anyone. They can suffer fear of failure, struggling to get into the zone, loss of appetite, social anxiety. Right? So this fear of failure is something that um, we all hate to feel, right? But the competitive edge in sport creates an added desire for victory. A lack of motivation can prevent someone from taking a part in sports altogether. If someone is suffering from anxiety, they often find themselves fixating on the negative without noticing the positive. So we should have the positive thoughts. This negative thoughts that we don't notice, then this can lead to a vicious cycle where fear and failure becomes a downward spiral. It can cause you to go so far to give up. Oh, I hate it. I don't like it. So you're avoiding. You avoid taking part in sports purely to minimize the chance of losing or underperforming because of that positive thought that you don't even notice, right? So this in turn leads to a lack of motivation and can prevent someone from taking part in sports altogether. So you may not in that situation that you're gonna struggle because of this fear, because of this feeling that you are having this failure. Okay, next we have this loss of appetite. It's self-explanatory, right? Loss of appetite. So nutrition and balanced diets are vitally important for all sports and professional and amateur athletes. Alike needs to maintain a regular and consistent eating pattern. Many people see famous athletes as indestructible or superhuman. But the truth is, the world of professional sport can take a huge toll in the body and mind. Professional sports people from all walks of life are just susceptible to mental health disorders as anyone else. Just like international player Tom James, if you know him, has recently spoken up about his battle against anxiety and depression and the impact it has had on his professional life. In his interview, the blues winger highlighted the severity of his condition, highlighting how things get so bad. He was barely eating and lost around 2.5 stone in weight, and a reduction in food intake can lead to severe weight loss or malnutrition and can have a huge impact on sporting performance and physical health. The next one is struggling to get in the zone. What's that? So with so many thoughts racing around at what feels like 100 mph, it can be extremely difficult to find focus and in the zone and get in the zone. When you are anxious or heart rate increases, our breathing, what will happen? What will happen to our breathing? It's, it's become erratic and we lost focus. So while this would feel debilitating for anyone, it can be particularly damaging in a sporting environment. Right? It is important that you recognize the signs of panic attacks and take preventive measures in order to nip these occurrences in the bud. So if you feel that you have this panic attack, then seek help, seek professional help so that you can overcome this. They will help you on how to overcome this panic attack. Social anxiety, the fourth one. Social anxiety is lots of athletes and sports people know they are struggling, but can't necessarily pinpoint exactly how and why. Or what they may not realize, however, is just how much of an impact it can have on social interaction. When feeling anxious, it is common for people struggling in social situations, right? So this can be have an enormous impact on team sports such as football. Yeah, football where there is a strong balance of work and play, as well as need of interaction both and of the speech. So anxiety and depression are conditions feelings can be exaggerated in group environments. So notice any changes in your social life early on so that you can act before it has an impact on you and others around you. Okay, those four are just uh, quite information. There's a lot more. If you had just browsed internet, there's a lot more that impacted that anxiety, right? So there's 9 skills that has been shared by Chuck Jeksky. So he shared about the level 1, level 2, level 3. So when you have the level 1, it's going to be basic skills, wherein that basic skills includes attitude, motivation. So you should have these skills first. Basic skills, attitude, motivation, goals and commitment, people skills. Of course, the level 2, second, you have to prepare. So just what I said, preparing for an examination, board exam, test, whatever that you're preparing for, a competition, you have this goal, you need to, I want that achievement. I want to have it. So if you have that goal, determination, you have to prepare yourself, self-talk, motivate yourself, self-discipline, self-respect, pause, love yourself. Imagine, imagine that you're gonna win the race, you will have it, you're determined. Imagine that you can bring that bacon, as they said, or whatever the hot tub. So prepare yourself. You should have the preparatory skills. And then the level 3 is the concentration. We need a lot of concentration. When you are out there performing your skills, you're on that level 3, performance skills. You have to manage anxiety, manage your emotions. Don't just, oh, I can't. No, I have injury, I have fractures, I get a headache. Oh no, I can. No, avoid that. Okay, make sure that you cannot. Well, I'm not saying that make sure, but for yourself, talk to yourself. That you have to manage your anxiety, your emotion, because you have your will. Your will, you have determination to have that success. Whatever the race, whatever the competition, so concentration. It's very important. Okay, so there are 10 ways. There's a lot of ways that you can have improve your performance. So you can of course, develop team cohesion. So you have this improved psychological well-being, develop coping skills, reduce stress and anxiety by having the yoga or self-meditation. So have this improved motivations, help artists to manage irrational thoughts, teaches self-awareness, increase confidence, help artists to get in the zone. So that's you're gonna develop team cohesion. Then you're gonna improve your well-being, develop coping skills, and a lot more. So there's also 14 ways to reduce anxiety in a natural way. Okay, so they have stay hydrated, so you drink a lot of water. They say that should be 90% water. You need water in your body, right? Because that's all functioning, so you need that. So anti-inflammatory diet, practice aerobics, Zumba, whatever exercises that can help you even you stay at home. You can still do that. So positive visualization, visualize that everything is positive, everything gonna be happen if you have this will determination. Visualize that it will happen. Okay, deep breathing. When you feel that there's stress, you feel that you feel that anxious, you feel that you feel down. Just deep breathing 4 times. Just count 1, 2, 3, 4. Release. It's just like release your stress. Release. Deep breathing. Count. Then avoid caffeine and sugar. You know what happens when you have extra caffeine and sugar. Right? Ground your body, hit your gut, eliminate food sensitivities, laugh more. And there is on YouTube a yoga laughter. You can have get out the sunshine. Even though we're at home, you still need to get that sunshine. Okay. Then have a supplement mission, spend time daily in prayer. It's a lot more than it's our sword, the prayer. Of course, in short, love yourself, respect, love yourself. Go to salon, go to parlor, have uh, eat eat balancing your diet, eat what you want that may also not getting you getting your gain, whatever. But love yourself, make up yourself. Okay, all right.
Give me 2 minutes and I'll show you something about stress.
So it's just giving you a reduction technique. Hopes it help you.
So stress is the physical aspect of anxiety, the fear emotion. Stress is how anxiety shows up in our bodies. It comes with things like an increased heart rate, shallow breathing, muscle tension, stomach problems, and headaches. So take a second right now and check your back and shoulders. Do you feel any tension there? Odds are good that you do. So go ahead and relax. No, really, relax. Relax! Now, for most of you, this did not work. It most likely actually made things worse. So now you may be feeling stressed out about feeling stressed out. This is the paradox of emotions. The more we try to make them go away, the more we magnify them. But all is not lost. That does not mean that we are powerless over our emotions. We just have to go in the back door sometimes. So try this instead. Notice an area of your body that's feeling tense. It may be your shoulders or your face or your back or your hands. Now, I'm going to ask you to lean into that tension. So with the shoulders example, I want you to try to exaggerate that tension. Pull them up hard and tight around your ears. Clench and harden those muscles. Really feel those muscles tighten and hold it for 5 seconds. It helps if you scrunch your face. Okay, now soften those muscles. Breathe out. Let's do it one more time. Thanks. Tighten. Now, check in with your shoulders. For most people, this helps them soften and relax those muscles in a way that they weren't able to do by just trying to relax. And that's a curious thing with emotions. They don't respond well to being dismissed, ignored, or avoided. Often, they're just asking to be noticed or acknowledged. It's like our stress is saying, hey, just notice me for a second and then I'll move on. But when we are constantly trying to keep our emotions at arm's length, our emotions act more like a toddler, saying, Mom, 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 what? And when you finally give them your attention, they say, I'm happy. Oh, good job. You're the best. And the kid moves on. Now, if we really want to have choice with our emotions, we have to be willing to spend a second and lean into them. Comment below, what are the emotions you're most afraid to sit with for a second?
Right, so the topic's gonna be more on let's think of it, learn from it. So sports are 10%. Remember this: sports are 10% physical and 90% mental, according to volleyballu.com. So just comment any question. Just email me cherry_030_Follosco@yahoo.com. Anything that you would like to ask related to this topic, let me know. Right? Thank you.